The Indy 11 will head towards the west end of the stadium, which means that John Bush will be donning the ball cap, fighting the sun. We kick off just after 7:30 local time. Thank you so much for joining us for Indy 11 Soccer here on My Indy TV. Last time the home fans had a chance to watch the Indy 11 was 3 weeks ago. And on that night, it was the first victory of the season for the Indy 11. A 2-0 victory against North Carolina FC. The same starting 11 for Indy. 2 changes made by Giovanni Savarese to the Cosmos. 2 players that we saw in the second half of the match on Tuesday. Look at Tim Hankinson on the Indy 11 sidelines. Eugene Starikoff and Eric Calvillo replacing Walter Restrepo and Ioze. Again, Ioze available as a selection, as a sub. We saw him get hurt in about the 55th minute or so in the 1-1 draw Tuesday night at MCU Park.
Well, Starikoff came on at halftime for Restrepo and made an immediate impact. He had a couple of very impressive opportunities in the box. He's a big guy, strong right foot, and it's something that the 11 have to be conscious of tonight.
Spies plays Vukovic. Richter in front of him looking for Braun. Braun taken down. And asking for a little bit of a similar treatment to Tuesday night with the late penalty whistle against the Indy 11 in New York City. Our match referee, Alejandro Mariscal, offers none of it. Take a look for yourself.
And you saw some ingredients from Tuesday night that should be out here today in the serves from Vukovic that were dangerous, and the earliest serves from Franco, and you saw a little bit more pressure by the Cosmos to try and obstruct Vukovic, but he still was able to find Braun.
Penalties a common thing between these two teams. Indy 11 had a penalty in their 2-1 victory here against the Cosmos, their first ever win against New York last April. Cosmos had a penalty in their 3-0 victory against the Indy 11 late August of last year. Of course, that Soccer Bowl championship came down to penalties, won by the Cosmos 4-2. The winning penalty connected upon by Ryan Richter. Flag is up. Van Heeken takes the shot. Bush made the save, but flag was up. If the player in the middle makes that play, he's onside. The assistant referee ruled that Van Heeken was not, and hence the flag goes up. John Bush named to the Team of the Week this past week in the North American Soccer League for a 3rd consecutive week.
You referenced the 2-1 victory here and the penalty kick. That was the first victory over the Cosmos. When you look back at the totality of this franchise, that is a defining moment. That last 5 minutes when they came back from a goal down and were able to grab those 3 points is something that completely changed the complexion and the feel of this franchise.
Quick look at today's injury report brought to us by Community Health Network Sports Medicine, official sports medicine provider of the Indy 11. And Anthony Manning dealing with a concussion issue for a 2nd time this season. Both Jason Plumhoff, Gerardo Torrado, neither will be in uniform in tonight's matchup. Same can be said for Kwame Watson-Siriboe. Again, Kwame getting healthier, but because of the success of Daniel Keller being partnered with Colin Falvey, we need to rush Kwame back from injury. Reference John Bush representing the Indy 11 on the Team of the Week. Also representing Tim Hankinson's club was Daniel Keller. Daniel Keller last season started in 4 matches. This year, he has been on the Team of the Week 4 times.
And he's not played it. I mean, he's not been a starter in every match. Lavelle was in there a couple times, and when you look at what Keller is at, he's got 31 interceptions this season. He's tied for third most in the league by any player, and here's a guy who's missed matches. That just shows how much his soccer IQ has advanced to where he's reading this game at such a high level.
Vukovic, shaded by Richter. Syed goes to ground, gets no sympathy from our match referee. And he'll get a little talking to from a player or two on the Cosmos as well. Take a look here on the Buffalo Wild Wings replay. Will be last off the foot of Syed.
I like what's happening on the left side. He's gotten in twice, and even though they're pressing him higher, he has found a great service on both of them, and you've had Justin Braun making a slashing run to the near post just at the 6, and the ball has been in that line each time.
Saw Zayed pressing, and he is wont to do that, but maybe even more so now. It's somewhat been established, pretty good rhythm that he's kind of coming out about minute 75 or so. They're bringing in David Goldsmith for the final 10, 15 minutes worth of a match, and if you know, hey, I might not be playing the full 90, you can attack a few more of those balls early in the match.
Great thought, great thought.
Mulligan skies it. Spee's trying to camp out and get some space. O'Chien got there first. Now Braun battling Richter.
Good fight.
Eventually Maurer will get there.
Tell you what, there's a lot of physicality going on in the box. Some good things could happen for Indy if they can keep pounding the ball into that pocket.
Starikoff the target. Falvey was there. Good work by Sinishu Ubiparapovic to keep Danny Zatella at bay. So far, quite the organization from the Indy 11 in the opening 6 minutes of this match. And neither of these teams still in the fight for the spring season championship. Very good chance that gets decided tonight with Miami and San Francisco in action. In fact, there are 3 matches tonight in the league as Ledesma is whistled for a foul. They are all taking place simultaneously. Jacksonville and Puerto Rico also playing as we speak. Fans, don't miss your chance to meet legendary Mexican national team veteran and current Indy 11 midfielder Gerardo Tirado. It is Friday, July 14th at 508 North Tibbs Avenue, the Metro PCS store. The former Cruz Azul captain will be on hand to sign autographs and meet fans from 5:30 until 7:30. Smart, the service, does not get through to Zayed, but a bit of a giveaway by the Cosmos. Throw in coming for the Indy 11. Showed the graphic in terms of some of the key names and faces missing for the Cosmos. They in fact have 3 players tonight dressed from their B team that competes in the NPSL, available for selection. Zatella able to out-physical Braun for that one. Ball to flex off of Brad Ring. So one of those players in Bloody Barnich get a few minutes at the tail end of Tuesday night's match. 3 players out with Gold Cup duty. A few players dealing with some injuries. A couple of players that have been signed but not able to join the active roster just yet. Most notably Lucky Casada, who we have seen for the last 3 years in this league, the last 2 in New York.
Good ball.
Good recovery by Vukovic for the Indy 11. And also well done by Don Smart.
This is going to be a physical match. There's not a ball that hasn't been contested with a shirt grab, an arm tug, body on a body.
Well, there are some new names and faces for this Cosmos team. Giveaway by Ubiparapovic. This is Starikoff. Takes the shot.
Wow.
Didn't miss by much.
One of the things that he showed on Tuesday night was his ability to pull the trigger and be dangerous. And every one of those shots on Tuesday was low back post and just missed. He's shown the ability now to pull the trigger from 30. This is a guy that you've got to sit on his right foot, put him on his left, and take away that lethal weapon.
Starikoff making his 4th start of the season, his 9th appearance from the Ukraine, and had spent extensive time playing in Russia. There's a lot of familiar names and faces going both directions here. Ubiparapovic goes to ground.
Great ball.
No whistle, but it could be an advantage for the 11. Braun gets it past Mulligan, takes it towards the middle with the left foot. Never got a full boot to it.
Great run, though. Great run.
Chance to breathe and organize as Keller will play it back to the team captain in Colin Falvey. Because of the way that Tuesday's match ended, and especially with The Indy 11 heading towards the Brickyard Battalion as we speak. Anything close to contact will draw the ire of the Indy 11 faithful tonight. Spees on the cross. Cleared away by the Cosmos for an Indy throw-in.
I'll tell you, one thing you look for as a player in a match like this is the consistency of the official. And right now he has said clearly he's going to let them play. And if that holds up, that's great. Both teams understand the rules of the game and how to adjust themselves. And, you know, it's going to make for an entertaining one.
Ledesma, leading goal scorer, tied for 5th in the league with 4. That'll be a whistle against Don Smart.
Now, it'll be interesting to see. You know, I forget if it was North Carolina or where. I think it was North Carolina against Lance Lang. The video work that Marco Franco did, sitting on Lance's left foot. It's going to be interesting to see when Ledesma gets through and into the attacking third, if Marco Franco jumps the outside, sits on his left foot, and pushes him into the middle.
This portion of the match is brought to us by Community Health Sports Medicine. Dream big, work hard, and finish strong. Not only does Bush have to fight one from shooting range, he is staring directly into that sun.
So dangerous right now. If Ledesma can get that ball up and down and into that line of sight for John Bush with the sun, this is a shot on goal.
It's Ledesma and Guerra. Ledesma will take it, and it misses into the side netting.
And you saw the stutter step by John Bush. He knew what direction it was going, but it didn't look like he had a clear view of it, whether it was the wall or whether it was the sun. It wasn't his normal explosiveness to the post.
Missed opportunity for the Cosmos. John with 3 clean sheets this season, all coming in this building, including the last time the 11 were here on June 17th. Falvey goes hard to the turf. Again, no whistle given. Zayed gives chase. Maurer heads it to Smart. Potential open net. Takes a whack at it. Wow. Maurer gets enough of a hand on it to save it. And we play on Falvey. Back up and at him for the Indy 11.
This is going to be a fantastic match, right?
Smart again. Plays it across. Ochie gets there for the Cosmos. And a throw-in coming for Indy.
Wow, this is going to be a fun one.
Quick restart. Franco looking for another assist. Actually, that time that was more of a shot towards the upper 90 by Franco. And Jimmy Maurer, as he has done for many years for the Cosmos, standing tall.
Well, I tell you, it's burned in his memory. He came out for a ball here a couple years ago, mishandled it, and it was a one-touch ball that wound up in the back of the net, and I'm sure that memory ran through his mind right there.
That would be a goal from Brian Brown in the spring season in a 1-1 draw in 2015. Jimmy has been with the Cosmos since the reboot of the franchise in 2013. He has been their primary keeper for the last 4 seasons. He has played in all but 3 matches this year. He is on pace to play in 25 matches or more for a 4th consecutive season. And even though the franchise now plays in Brooklyn, given a bit of the Bronx cheer from the Brickyard Battalion, we're sending that ball straight towards the sideline.
What number was Brian Brown?
The war number 9.
Good night, Ray. This is ridiculous. I said in my mind that, okay, this time, if you get this trivia question out of nowhere correct, that when the 11 score, the buy one, get one free fries, I will buy this time and you can have the free ones.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. Giveaway by the Indy 11. Good look at Ryan Richter. Ryan was a late season addition for the Cosmos a year ago, played the full season with the Bethlehem Steel, the USL Farm Club of the Philadelphia Union. And signed in late September and became a key piece of their Soccer Bowl championship team. And a foul given for the high boot against the Cosmos.
Yeah, he's been a solid pickup for them. Odd call right there, considering what has been allowed to play.
Richter was on the Team of the Week this week, as awarded by the North American Soccer League. In fact, he was also on the Team of the Month for June, which was named after great early ball. This week's matches, it's Vukovic, sends it across. And is that a point to the spot? Or is that a point towards the goalkeeper? That is a penalty. That is a penalty given to the New York Cosmos. Well, there have been 4 or 5 times where there's been contact inside the 18. And we'll take a look here. And I believe they are calling it on Richter for holding Justin Braun. And you see it on that replay there. He had a lot of jersey. Now, frankly, there's usually a lot more that will give you a penalty in that scenario. And you will hear us sometimes refer to a yellow card being shown for a repeated offense. I'm not sure if a penalty is being given here for a repeated offense. That certainly appears to be the case. Now, of note, the guy that is holding the ball on his hip is not Eamon Zayed, who took a penalty 2 weeks ago, and it was blocked by Brian Silvestri. It is Don Smart that is holding the ball on his left hip. Don scored a penalty for the Indy 11 in their season opener 2 years ago in Atlanta. He is looking for his first goal of the season. Jimmy Maurer will take up as much space as possible. Indy has given up 5 penalties this year. This is their second chance to convert from the spot. They're 0 for 1. The former super sub trying to give the Indy 11 a 1-goal lead. And he does it.
There you go.
Don Smart, back of the net. Cue the smoke. Indy 11 lead it 1-0.
Now you've got a frustrated Cosmos team right now. The staff is going nuts. It's hard to blame them. The first 15 minutes was ridiculously physical. The last 2 calls, the little dangerous play in the middle of the field and the jersey tug in the box are not indicative of the rules that he established for this match in the first 15 minutes. So I get where that frustration is coming from, and right now you're in a position where the 11 can capitalize on that frustration if they can keep their foot on the gas.
Little sympathy offered from the Brickyard Battalion. There was a sign that said no diving that was held up before the match. And my friend, you were referencing something about free fries.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Let us share that
Yep.
with the remainder of the audience with the Indy 11 goal. But fans, now you can score some free fries as well. I'll tell you about that coming up in just a moment. Well, the Indy 11's had the better of the attack. And perhaps the benefit of a somewhat curious penalty call. You could say the same thing about the way that it played out on Tuesday night as well.
Well, when you look at what happened Tuesday night, that's not going to be forgotten by either team, is that the 11 did score a fairly early goal, weren't able to capitalize and make it a 2 or 3 goal match, and the Cosmos hung around long enough and were able to pull 2 points back.
Ron trying to wheel and deal to Eamon Zayed. David Ochieng got a forehead in the way. Free fries can wait no longer. Fans with the Indy 11 scoring a goal. You can download the McDonald's app to get a free large fry with a purchase of large fries the next day. McDonald's, a proud sponsor of the Indy 11. Last time these two teams played here, the Indy 11 frankly thumped the Cosmos. It was 3-0 in September. One of the more impressive performances in this franchise's now 4-year history. Zayed not onside. Maurer will come out and play it anyway. And now the flag goes up. Just a reminder, fans, that every Saturday morning, it's Soccer Saturday, 107.5 FM and 1070 Fan. This week we were joined by Major League Soccer broadcaster Brian Dunseth and Coach Tim Hankinson of the Indy 11. And team captain Colin Falvey made an in-studio appearance. You can listen to it now on the podcast page at 1070thefan.com. Good step by Brad Ring. Not just a step, a nearly perfect pass. Justin Braun tried to split the two central backs in Barnes and Ochieng. Speaking of great passes, Starikoff is onside. Falvey gives chase. On the cross. Player down for each side. We currently play on. Player down, both players down in front of the 6. We continue to play. This one chipped, headed over by Starikoff, and now we'll start it. And John Bush, not happy with the decision, especially with a player down for each side, to allow play to continue.
Tough hit.
So Brad Ring, the player down for the Indy 11. I believe it is Calvillo that is the player that was down, who has popped back up. You see him there for the Cosmos. Young player that appeared as a sub, got his second league appearance of the season for New York on Tuesday. And given the physicality we see Brad Ring bring to the pitch on a nightly basis for the Indy 11, you know it's hurting him if he is down for an extended period of time.
The way he plays, there's so much contact. He does find himself getting knocked to the turf quite often, but one of the things about the warrior that he is he usually pops back up. When a guy like Ring goes down, when a guy like Falvey goes down, you know something is wrong. And I don't know if this was just a mishit in the kidney area, which is just a dull, aching pain that stays with you, or if he got caught on the hip, or maybe there was just an odd turn when the contact came in from behind.
Brad Ring leads this team in minutes played this season, as he has played in every match but one this year. The only match that he missed was due to a red card that he picked up late in the draw with Edmonton on May the 6th. He missed the match on May 13th. Brad is the franchise's all-time leader in minutes played. He and Don Smart, the last two players remaining from the original roster in April of 2014. Brad has dealt with his fair share of injuries in the past. He missed a large chunk of the 2014 season due to injuries. But as referenced this year, he has been quite the workhorse for this team. So the 11 will play a man down for a while. And given the speed or lack thereof at which Brad is walking off the pitch, we maybe have seen the last of him for tonight's match. And if that is the case, with both Gerardo Tirado out of this match and Jason Plumhoff injured and not in uniform tonight, might that mean an early night for Lavelle Palmer and potentially another position move for Daniel Keller?
I would think so, but I think they've also moved Lavelle into that space as well, and as solid as Daniel has been in that center back position, you know, to keep your back line intact may be a benefit to you, instead of bringing Lavelle in and moving Daniel and now changing both a little bit of your midfield and a little bit of your back line. You can just have the one section of the field that changes if you bring in a straight move with Lavelle for Ring.
Well, knowing Ring, he's going to try to play through this as best he can. By the way, this segment of the match is presented by the Room Place. Get it all at the Room Place. And Ring is going to do some jogging on the sideline and see if he can continue on. And the way he's looking right now, my guess is he's going to try to. Ledesma, shadowed by Franco. Here is Mulligan. Mulligan kind of bided his time until the end of last year. Long-time reserve for the Cosmos. We'll watch that one go over the crossbar. Ring is being waved back on. He's not been back at full strength, however. That was a back pass from a teammate, or at least deflected off of a teammate. So the first corner of this match will go to the New York Cosmos here in minute number 25. Ledesma on the cross. First boot to it belongs to Colin Falvey. Mulligan dials it up, but couldn't keep it on frame.
Man, that's a good decision, I think, at this place, when you've got another maybe 15 minutes of that sun in John Bush's eyes, you got to be hitting from a little bit of a distance and just see if you can catch him.
Fans, you can show your Indy 11 pride and get your exclusive IMCU Indy 11 debit card at any Indiana Members Credit Union branch or online at imcu.com. Work by Marco Franco to avoid Starikov. Numerous starters out tonight for the Cosmos with national team duty, representing Canada and El Salvador. Some injuries to deal with as well.
Good opportunity here.
Playing forward for Justin Braun. Braun and Ochie. It's Braun. Leaves it off for Smart, but just a bit too strong on the touch. Justin Braun tied the league lead in assists with 4. Tied for second in the league in goals with 6. Only trails the June Player of the Month in the league in Vincenzo Ranella for Miami FC. Braun was the Player of the Month in April in the North American Soccer League. The charge by Guerra has Calvillo to his right. Leaves it for him. 5 Indy 11 defenders back. Now it's Ledesma with the left foot. Sneaks it by John Bush, and we're all tied up at 1. Ledesma, his 5th goal of the season.
What a hit.
Second goal this week against the Indy 11. Well, Guerra earned it. Now winning that ball at midfield.
It's a tough one-touch ball coming back across your body. That's a ball that you normally would just try and hit on frame, and for him to try and slide it into that little window between John Bush and the front post, that's an incredible hit. He's a guy that needs to be accounted for all times, and that left foot, he's willing to shoot from anywhere, and he's so accurate.
Spees giving chase. Plays
Great
it back
touch
towards the middle. Zayed looking to make the turn. Maurer is there, well defended by Barnes for the Cosmos.
The 11 have found a lot of success right now. New York's back line is playing very high, and Sinisa is just kind of on the prowl in the middle of the field, and he's looking for that ball, and he has the ability to lay it into little spaces with such incredible accuracy that he's not even taking a look. He knows before that ball gets to his feet where that space is and who is the guy that's able to chase it down, and he's just laying it up there for Spees, for Smart, and for Justin Braun.
Took the Cosmos the assist of a late penalty to find the back of the net on Tuesday. No such assistance needed tonight. The assist to Calvillo. For Calvillo, that is his first point of the year. Playing in just his 3rd match of the season as Calvillo, and getting his first start. And Smart bowled over by Ochie and helped up by Danny Zatella. Well, every franchise wants to have a rivalry with the New York Cosmos, the marquee name in this league. But given the results through 3+ seasons, and especially their championship status from a year ago, the rivalry is real between these two teams. You can feel it in how the match is played out tonight. Vukovic sends it in. Ron Heatkin gets there first for the Cosmos. Throw in coming for Indy. Braun sends it across. Smart going to be called for contact in the box as Calvillo goes to ground. And after the penalty given to the Indy 11, hard to argue about a call for contact in the box.
Yeah, and I do think Don was a little bit behind him, and while it was shoulder to shoulder, it was the front of Don's shoulder with the back of Kevio's, and that's what drew the momentum to push him to the turf and draw the call.
Parapovich trying to spring smart. Didn't exactly hit it the way he wanted to. Franco tripped up by Vranikin. The Sports the Match is brought to us by Honda Manufacturers of Indiana, official automotive sponsor of the Indy 11. Vranikin, just his second start of the season for the Cosmos. He was signed in June. Long distance dedication. Vukovic tries to track it down. And if nothing else, earns the throw in by deflecting it off of Ryan Richter.
Love that ball by Brad Ring.
Ring with all kind of real estate. How about it? Dial up his own number. He does! This misses just wide. Brad looking for his first multi-goal season with the Indy 11. Having scored in San Francisco back on June the 3rd. His first Indy 11 goal came against the Cosmos. Ring wins it. No, he doesn't. Foul given to Brad Ring. Ring and Zattel, a couple of vets, getting tied up just outside of the 18. We documented Zatella's story on Tuesday night. Signed his first pro contract with the Columbus Crew at the age of 16, 13 years ago. But Zatella missed 3 seasons dealing with a meniscus injury. He has had a second life with the Cosmos since joining them back in 2013.
It's a crafty player too. He's fun to watch.
Zatella this season, 1 goal and 14 matches played. Val be able to win that ball away from Starikov. Ochieng able to fend it away from Braun. Fourth time that the Indy 11 have played an opponent in back-to-back status so far this season. And the results from meeting number 1 have been the same in meeting number 2 in the previous instances. Mulligan the target to Starikov. Now Falvey is there. Braun is onside. Great look. Ball finds its way to Don Smart. Nifty touch to Franco. Give and go, Don Smart. Smart the cross, couldn't get it through. Barnes got a boot to it. Franco keeps the attack alive, but couldn't keep it in play. Right idea.
Love it, just great build-up here.
And just the fact that this group has now played together for 4 matches, it makes a world of difference.
And you have your such dynamic pieces back. Ben Spees, Justin Braun, Don Smart can all beat you with speed if that ball's laid out in the pocket. So you saw that give and go there. And then you can't lose sight of the fact of Eamon Zayed. If you lose track of him for just a second, he's going to find his way into the 6 and put the ball in the net.
This Sports the Match presented by IUPUI, fulfilling the promise. For more information, visit iupui.edu. Beautiful night on the campus of IUPUI. Michael A. Carroll Track and Soccer Stadium. Alongside Brad Hodder, Greg Rakestraw with you. Indy 11 Soccer on My Indy TV. First of 2 Saturdays in a row we'll be here at Carroll Stadium. A reminder that next week's game is an hour earlier. It is a 6:30 start for the spring season finale against the Jacksonville Armada. And also as a heads up, that is our one broadcast this year that will be on Wish TV, not My Indy TV. So join us an hour earlier and over on Wish TV for next Saturday's spring season finale against the Jacksonville Armada. Parapovich trips over his own man. And that man remains down for Indy and Ben Spees. John Bush will hustle over and track that ball down. Spees now up. Everybody appears to be all right. And a goal kick coming for John Bush. The Sports of the Match is brought to us by Turkish Airlines. Widen your world. Zatella for Calvillo. Ring is there to take away the pass from Starikov. Barnes wins it. Starikov with a couple of targets. Sends it across. Parapovich is there.
Defended.
And now a chance for a counter for the Indy 11. Parapovich looking for Zayed. Just couldn't time out the steps. Maurer will play that with the gloves. That was kind of played with the midsection back towards him from Ochieng. Not a direct pass with the feet. And that's why Maurer could use the gloves to track it down. As expected with the caliber of weather and caliber of opponent. Fantastic crowd on hand tonight at Carroll Stadium. Mulligan able to keep that ball in play. Vukovic able to keep it away from Richter. Well done by Daniel Keller.
Oh, Daniel.
Contact made, advantage being played. Keller now in his third year with the Indy 11. Ring somehow wins that ball.
Oh, I love this.
Parapovich draws the foul on Ochieng.
What was that fight? The Thrilla in Manila? Where both guys walked out of that ring and they were completely different the rest of their lives. This could be a match like that.
Keller and Calvillo. Keller dishing out some punishment.
Man, oh man, I tell you, he is playing with an edge and confidence like we've not seen.
Played in all of 7 matches last year, did Daniel. Played more in his first season with the club than in his second. This is his only professional team he's played for. Of course, from Brebeuf High School. All of his brothers have played or are currently playing collegiate soccer. Daniel played at the University of Louisville. Ranhikin had Calvillo making a run, just couldn't get it to him. Vukovic. Speaking of runs, he's got a great one going. Goes to ground from Ranhikin. Asking for a card, will he get it? Looks like the answer is no, but does earn the foul and draw the whistle.
It's good composure by the 11 into every one of these opportunities. I think we've seen 3 or 4 in the last 10 minutes where the 11 have had the ball, a Cosmos player on the back, and the Cosmos player runs up the back of the 11. The 11 retain the ball, but one of the things that does do is it puts a message in the heads of the players that there's going to be pressure on my back every time. So it's important that the 11 can remain composed in those moments.
Vuko.
Great
Ball headed on. Nope. Just wide of net. Fans, you can find your perfect, honest-to-goodness Indiana getaway when you log on to visitindiana.com. We ask that you request today's weather, July 8th. Mark it down. Absolutely gorgeous summer day. Well done by Smart. Barnes has to play up the side, couldn't take the chance. Smart to Braun.
Tremendous. The pace of Don Smart.
Braun takes the shot, Maurer punches it away. Too many bodies to go through trying to find Zayed. Back post, dialed up his own number, couldn't get it. Burn earns the corner.
incredible, individual effort by Don Smart to keep the ball in play. And what he does do there is, in knocking it up, and his speed forces the Cosmos player to come out and knock it out of bounds. And then the mental ability to recognize that Justin Braun is in that space, and it doesn't matter with the throw-in, to get it to him quickly and give the 11 the chance to go to goal. This will be Justin Braun here.
Vukovic headed away. Mulligan clears it to midfield. Finds Zatella. Spees will play it off to the side. Spees takes a hard tumble. And Ben has missed a good chunk of time this season. And now Tim Hankinson getting in the ear of Alejandro Mariscal, our match referee. He has now had a pair of conversations stopping the match tonight.
Well, while it's a fun match to watch with this physicality, it's a difficult thing for a coach to witness, because on every possession, you're getting hit, you're getting knocked to the turf. And you start looking about the long-term health of your team, and hey, we got another match next week. We're not even halfway point of the season. We can't be losing a guy this early.
And Brad Ring went to the ground. He and Calvillo kind of yipping each other a little bit. That's the reason for the momentary delay in the action. Our final 5 minutes plus stoppage time in the first half is brought to us by your Central Indiana Honda dealers, official automotive sponsor of the Indy 11. Starikoff the target inside of the 18, pass a little too strong, and John Bush the easy play. Each of these teams will play next Saturday, then have the next weekend off. Our 1 week break between the spring and fall seasons. For the first time since the North American Soccer League went to this, giveaway by Ring. Starikoff
What
with
a
the
save.
boot. Bush sends it towards the sky. Ring hustles back. Now back to midfield for a breather. Almost took the wrong bounce for the Indy 11 and Brad Ring. Making his way inside the 18, Ring pokes it away. Calvillo will keep the attack alive. Sends it in. Bush is there. Through the traffic, able to snare it. He'll come out and have a quick conversation between himself and Daniel Keller. Only about a 15-year age and professional years of experience difference between the two of those guys.
You want to talk age? I mean, John Bush is ageless. The city of Indianapolis is going to be sad when he retires in a decade.
What Adam Vinatieri is to avoiding retirement in football, John Bush is getting that level in soccer.
He's just too good. He is too good on every level. His understanding of the game, his control of the back line, the way he's taking care of himself physically, he can still dominate this game.
Zatella springs it for Mulligan. Mulligan pressured by Franco. And it is a corner that is coming. Indy not happy about it. They felt it was last touched by Mulligan.
Yeah, I thought the recovery run and the pressure from Franco was enough to get that off of Mulligan. I think John Bush feels similarly.
Still having to fight that sun is Bush. David O'Chie trying to block his vision even more. As has been the case the last couple of matches, Ledesma, the primary corner taker for the Cosmos. Starikoff got to it. That was more the ball hitting his face, not the other way around. It'll be a goal kick coming for John Bush. With only 8 teams and 32 matches this season in the NASL, you either play a team 4 times or 5. These two will see each other just 4 times this year. Indy will play on Coney Island again, August the 19th. The Cosmos are here on October the 7th. There's 2 more remaining matches for these two teams that did not see each other this season until Tuesday. Three minutes of stoppage time. You see it on your screen. Work by Braun. Falvey couldn't line up the pass. Throw in coming for the Cosmos.
There's pressure on every touch, and Indy's feeling it and knowing it, and they're rushing things a little bit.
Good work by Ring. Hit the reset button on that one. Another throw in coming for New York. You're Tim Hankins. How you feeling about this first half?
I like the way the game has set up with the compaction from the Cosmos in the middle of the field. I think they're trying to take away the wrong thing right now from Indy, and Sinisa and Marco and Vukovic are finding those pockets up top.
Zayed got there first. Ledesma steers it back towards the 6. Ochieng now will be Parapovic. Contact there, we play on. Ochieng couldn't keep it at his feet. Rocketed back towards Jimmy Maurer by the Indy 11.
Hank is getting himself a little hot, and I can't blame him. Can't blame him.
This is Guerra. He won't get credit for an assist, but it was his hustle that set up the goal for the Cosmos. And the flag goes up on Van Heeken.
Very good step. Very good step. Good read.
Give away here. Van Heeken to Calvillo. Calvillo with options. Couldn't dial up the right pass. Bullet dodged by the Indy 11.
Yeah, you got to get to halftime right now. Got to regroup a little bit. The defending for long periods of time and then trying to explode into transition is a recipe that's not a good one.
Closing moments here of the half. And that'll end it right there. First goal of the season for Don Smart via a penalty. It was answered by Emmanuel Ledesma, the New York Cosmos. We are all level at 1 goal apiece with the opening 45 minutes of play. We're scheduled to talk to Indy 11 head coach Tim Hankinson. And I see him heading that direction as we speak. We'll have highlights, stats, scores around the North American Soccer League and spring table. No substitutions, it appears, in either direction. Coach Savarise's hand was somewhat forced with an injury to Walter Restrepo at halftime.
And I don't think he has a wealth of options right now. He's got to ride these guys as long as he can. And the way that they're playing, they're holding it together. The one thing that he was very upset with at halftime on Tuesday night was he didn't think they were fluid and dynamic in the attack like they usually are. And you're starting to see a lot of the overlapping runs, some of the misdirection plays. So they're getting back to a little bit more of the way that he wants to play. So you can see he's satisfied with that. Now the other thing on Tuesday night that you saw was the 11 went into a bit of a defensive shell in the second half and tried to absorb, and eventually the Cosmos were able to find opportunities that led to that penalty kick. And so, I'm sure the message at halftime, even though Coach Hankinson was frustrated, was, hey, we have to make sure we come out to play, be aggressive, possess the ball, make New York defend.
Indy has won their last 2 matches against the Cosmos in this building. New York has never won here. Draws in their first 3 matchups in Indianapolis. First one coming back in August of 2014. By the way, a score update for the Miami and San Francisco match. Miami, 4 first-half goals. 4. And Miami FC appears on their way to wrapping up the spring season championship. Back to live action. Partapovic slots it through.
Great ball.
Ben Spies did not get much on it. A missed opportunity.
And nearly the same ball that he had in the first half on Tuesday night, with him making a slashing run across the box, the ball played into his feet, him having the defender on his shoulder. The difference here, Maurer was coming out and attacking that space, and Spies didn't quite get the same velocity on the ball he did Tuesday.
Last time the Indy 11 played here, Spies scored. Time his second goal of the season in the 2-0 victory against North Carolina FC. Cosmos have played in the postseason in each of the last 4 years. They know they will have to earn a spot via points accumulation or by winning the fall season championship this year. Only one of their seasons since their rebirth of the Cosmos, not won either the fall or the spring, and that was in 2014. That year they were the 3rd seed in the playoffs, losing at San Antonio on San Antonio's way to winning a championship. Zatella not threatening to John Bush. Fans, don't miss your chance to meet legendary Mexican national team veteran and current Indy 11 midfielder Gerardo Tirado at the Metro PCS store at 508 North Tibbs Avenue. Takes place this coming Friday, July 14th. The former Cruz Azul captain will be on hand to sign autographs and meet fans from 5:30 until 7:30. Confusion there. Chance for a counter for the Cosmos. Starikov. It's it quickly back. Little give and go. One touch, top of the 18, never got through.
Daniel Keller, great step.
Now Starikov
on his left.
Poked away by Franco, not once, not twice, but 3 times. And then the turf monster, I thought, got Ledesma. And in fact, it did, because he landed on top of the ball, and that was the call for the foul. Partapovic taken down by Vranihikin. Vranihikin signed in June. Too quick on the restart, the ruling. Appeared as a sub in his first 2 matches with the Cosmos. Scored in 2 minutes worth of appearances in a victory against Puerto Rico back on June 16th. And eventually this match will restart, I think. There we go. Good pressure by Richter. It continues.
They're coming in 100 miles an hour on every ball.
On the cross, Falvey is there, but will give up the corner. And Richter, a member of the Team of the Month and a Team of the Week this past week. The other Cosmos member of the Team of the Month, Andres Flores, missing his first 2 matches this Cosmos season, representing El Salvador in the Gold Cup over the next 2 weeks.
In the last corner, they put 2 guys out here, and that pulled 2 11 players out of the box, and then they made a flashing run forward towards the corner to open up things in the backside. I don't know if they're looking to do that again with a little different set.
3 inside of the 6 to try to create more traffic against John Bush. Franco plays it forward for Smart. Smart and Zatella Both meet at the ball as Atella ends up winning it away. That is the most common tactic we see against John Bush, who stands all of 5'10". You just overload the six with as many bodies as possible. By the way, this portion of the match is presented by Community Health Sports Medicine. Dream big, work hard, and finish strong. Ledesma. Keller volleys it back to midfield. Zayed looking for Braun, but couldn't complete the pass. Van Heeken. Can Bush save it? Yes, he can.
Smart play. Tell you, I was talking to a coach that Division I coach that used to be up in Northern Illinois for about a decade, and he was talking about how he used to go to Chicago Fire practices and how amazed he was during the era of John Bush that he was the first one out to training, and then after training he is physically grabbing guys by their jerseys saying 15 more minutes.
Bush.
15 more minutes. Stay 15 more minutes.
This portion of the match presented by Denny Excavating. The Denny Company's tearing down the past so you can build the future. John turns 41 next month. It's incredible. Certainly wouldn't know it by his play.
No, that's the work ethic that he's had for his 2 decades as a pro.
Hello. Well done by Marco Franco. Marco off to the races. Nice one touch between he and Smart. Smart was trying to get onside, which threw off the timing of his run.
Yeah, I think it's so congested there on that side after so much possession and defenders flooding that zone that once it came back to Marco, he needed to come to the other side.
Marco assists in each of the last 2 matches. Very versatile player for the Indy 11. You mentioned the Chicago Fire. Marco, a draft pick of the Fire in 2013. Loaned from the Fire to the Indy 11 in 2014, then signed outright by the Indy 11 in 2015. Falvey ruled to have been a bit too aggressive. Will he see a yellow card? He's at least going to get a talking to. At times this first half was quite physical. Other times it wasn't. And just a conversation. Nothing else shown the direction of the Indy 11 team captain. Falvey is there. Franco as well. Ledesma will organize and send it right back in towards the 18. Ledesma and Van Heeken both from Argentina. Ochieng. John Bush will watch this trickle across the end line for a goal kick. Bush waving everybody down the field. Trying to earn some real estate with this kick.
They are closing hard. If Indy can grab a little bit of possession and make them spend a lot of their energy defending and pressing, they'll be the better for it.
Giveaway here, Ledesma. Now Van Heeken. Zatella. Calvillo. Young fella tries it. Wasn't close. Calvillo from Palmdale, California. When we say young fella, the day after New Year's Day, he turned 19. Normally a reserve, as we talked about on a few occasions. They have a B team, an NPSL program, and they have some guys up from that roster, just filling out their 18 tonight. They have very little in the way of experience on the bench this evening.
Great ball.
Ronhicken is onside. Keller holds his ground. Franco steers it back towards midfield. By the way, this portion of the match is brought to us by the Room Place. Get it all at the Room Place. I know that Coach Savarese was kind of rushed for time, and I could see why. Here's an opportunity here. Bush able to get to it. Zatella didn't get the boot he wanted to it. But I asked him a second question, just kind of talking about his team's chemistry. And it was really more of a compliment than even a question, just because this is a group that you got to imagine has rarely played together.
Right.
But yet, you could see the improvement in the connections and connectivity of this team from Tuesday night to this evening. Ledesma's a big part of that.
And you gotta just keep him off his left foot. He'll hit from there.
Smart.
Great decision.
Looking for Zaya. But Chiang gives chase.
If nothing else, just change the field position for a bit.
Vukovic sends it in. It gets to Maurer. Just missed his target of his now teammate for 4 years running in Justin Braun.
But you talk about the B team that the Cosmos have and bringing some guys up, and the chemistry and the kind of the flavor of how the Cosmos want to play. Having Coach Savarese there for 5 years, his philosophies have bled in, and really are the guys that he signs fit that culture that he's looking for. And when you have the luxury of having a B team, you train them in that same sort of venue, same sort of system, same sort of philosophy, same sort of terminology. So when you get into a moment like this, whether it's injuries or national duty call-up, you've got guys that you're not having to explain your tactics and your positioning and where to press and your terminology to. They can, while the talent might be a little bit younger and inexperienced, they can seamlessly fit into it.
Not sure what the reason is for the conversation between Zatella and Braun. Those are two very hard-working veterans that.
Yeah, I think Justin Braun is going to need a ice bath after tonight. He has not been able to get a touch without also taking a click to the heels or a knee to the back.
Flick forward to Braun. Plays it towards the middle. Finds Don Smart. Don Smart.
Oh, and a great run backside by Ben Spies.
Couldn't maintain possession, but does earn the corner kick. Spies had actually kind of momentarily stepped off to get a bottle of water, and I think kind of got lost in the shuffle while doing so.
Yeah, that's a great move. It's a great move. Everybody forgot about him. Going over to hydrate, get lost.
Vukovic to take the corner. He has had an assist from here earlier this year, finding Justin Braun for one of his 6 goals. Zayed is inside the 6. Smart trying to steer it back towards Vukovic, instead recycled towards midfield by the Cosmos. Spies just takes a whack at it, and Maurer is there for the quick distribution to find Ryan Richter.
And they are pushing the pace. It's a gamble, when you're pressing this hard defensively, when you're countering this quickly when you have the ball. It's a gamble when you have no depth on your bench.
Speaking of pressure, Braun applying a little bit, but Maurer handles it quite well. Maurer played his collegiate soccer at the University of South Carolina, originally from the state of Georgia. He has missed a couple of matches over the years here against the Indy 11. One because of a red card back in 2014. The other for he and his wife having their third child last April. That is in the future plans for Mr. and Mrs. Brad Ring. They made that announcement a couple of weeks ago. Congratulations to them. Much like we saw in half number 2 on Tuesday night, possession in half number 2 has been tilted towards the Cosmos. By the way, this portion of the match is sponsored by Honda Manufacturers of Indiana, official automotive sponsor of the Indy 11. Coach Savary still has his ball skills from his days with the Metro Stars over there.
He was there. That was a good couple first steps.
Well, he also feels that his team has the advantage right now.
Yeah.
And doesn't want that momentum to stop. Braun lays it over to Zot. Nope, just some free space because Amon was offside.
Oh, what a clever ball.
Not as smart, but Smart got thrown off his timing just enough. Keller plays it forward, but too strong to get at the feet of Justin Braun. Fans, you can find your perfect, honest-to-goodness Indiana getaway. You log on to visitindiana.com. Keller step for step with Starikoff. Lays it back toward the midfield. Now Richter. Ball deflects off of Richter.
Very well defended.
And Vukovic shields him away from it.
Little fake by Richter. Vukovic didn't bite, stayed with him step for step and was able to nick it back off him.
You know, for Vukovic as a guy on the back four, we frankly talk a lot more about his offense than his defense. But he showed why he plays the position that he does. Outstanding work by the veteran.
It's incredible. You know, he gets forward on virtually every possession, and then he's able to work himself back into moments like that.
Some space to operate here. Well, ricochets off of Brad Ring. Neither team has used a substitute yet. Starikoff with the left foot.
It's okay. It's okay.
An Adam ball to John Bush. Bush with the quick restart, looking for Amon Zayed. Zayed able to settle. Now Braun and Zatella.
There you go.
Braun wins this one. Braun. Barnes.
What a tackle.
Got the ball first.
He was looking for that little seam that he could slide that ball across to Zayed. It just never opened up. That was a very well defended ball by the Cosmos back four.
Barnes spent his first 8 years of his professional career with the New England Revolution. Played every minute of every match for the Revs in 2009. Now Guerra.
Got to get some pressure.
Is it left side? Sends it in. It'll be a goal kick to John Bush. Bush almost got a finger on it.
He is not shy when that ball is on his left foot. It does not matter the distance. It does not matter the angle. He will pull the trigger, and that thing is a laser once it comes off his foot.
You could see it on the replay. That did skip off the very top of the crossbar. Not touched by John Bush. With a strategy conversation between Tim Hankinson and assistant coach Trevor James. Vukovic trying to find Don Smart. Ben Spees let it go.
And with the numbers that the Cosmos are sending forward, there is this enticement, there is this attractiveness to the counter the big ball and just see if you can get into space. But if you're not connecting on it, all of a sudden you wind up having to defend again and again and again and again, and at some point your legs are going to start to wear down.
First 6 times these teams played each other, the result ended in draws. Ball launched forward for Zayed to go chase.
You gotta push a little more aggressively with your midfield, your back line. You've got to get some support in here so that if you don't get on the other end of that ball over the top, that you've got defenders in place that New York just can't recapture that 40 to 50 yards.
Smart trying to send that ball back towards the 18, but Cosmos there yet again to sweep it away. Keller again, there. He and Starikoff both down on the turf. We will play on. Calvillo. And Calvillo goes down. And now medical being asked to come out on both Keller. Uparapovich whistled for the foul just outside of the 18. Keller injured on the previous contact.
I think that was head-to-head with Starikoff on a ball you're trying to clear out.
Keller taking an elbow from Starikoff. We saw Brad Ring down for an extended period of time in the first half, was able to play through. Again, the good news, as well as Keller has played, you do feel good about the man that would be behind him in Lavelle Palmer if he is needed for the final 20-plus minutes of this match. You see the word from the training staff saying, hey, don't make a sub just yet. We think he might be all right.
Good. He's playing solid.
At the same time, you're going to have a set piece from a very dangerous spot where you're likely playing a man down if you don't make the substitution now.
Tell you, dangerous spot right here too. I'd be shocked if it's anybody other than Ledesma looking to put this on frame.
Ledesma had one from a few yards further back at the other end. He couldn't bend around the wall early in this match. But without doubt in striking range here. After a quick restart, burned the Indy 11 and a home loss to Miami FC back in May. Taking no problem standing over the ball here.
And he's got there are a couple options that he's got here. I doubt he's going to involve anybody else in this. I think it's going to be a shot. If there is a little window on bending it around the ball, bending it around the wall, he has that option. And if, it's going to be difficult from this space to get a ball up and down. But if there is a pocket that the wall doesn't cover, or that he sees on the opposite side of the wall where he can just hit a rope, I wouldn't be surprised with him pulling the trigger on a shot like that as well. And the difficulty here is sometimes you just hammer at one of your own players who just gets out of the way, and then John Bush has 12 yards to pick that up.
Keller allowed to come back on. The 11 at full strength. It's Ledesma. Bush.
What a save.
It is a familiar refrain going on 20 years in his professional career, and for the last 2 seasons here in Indianapolis.
is the incredible thing. It's not just a great save. It turns into a throw-in. It doesn't become a more dangerous opportunity. And that's not accidental.
Falvey there first. Another throw-in coming for the Cosmos. By the way, this portion of the match presented by Turkish Airlines. Widen your world. And that'll be a corner coming. Rubi Parapovic touched that last. And yet again, Ledesma will take it. Could be a short one here as Zatella is.
Yeah, and I could see a ball played into Zatella that maybe tucks Spies in a little bit deeper. And you see Spies is biting on Ledesma being out far. If it's a ball that's played into Zatella and it pulls Spies in, then I wouldn't be surprised to see them knock that ball back out.
That's Calvillo, actually. They changed it up. Barnes up and over the bar. Blessigan ruled that another corner is coming. And then the 11 player touched it last. One more look at. And that ball was tucked inside the post. That would have been a 2-1 lead. And that would have been the brace for Ledesma tonight.
And you see the save. It's the heel of the hand that he gets there. Instead of taking the palm and just trying to tip it around the bar, he uses the heel of the hand to shoot that ball out wide for the throw-in.
Out towards the top of the 18. Volley down, Oching flips it up and over. And a goal kick coming. The back line quickly hustles back for the Cosmos.
A little chaos in the box here. It's a good flick. That's a good idea.
That's something they hadn't done. You've had several corners. You got to change it up a little bit. Fans, you can download the official Indy 11 app now to be the first to receive breaking team news and highlights. Available on the app stores for Apple and Android devices. Right now, the Indy 11s need to get out of their own end. Pitch has been tilted in this half towards the Cosmos. Trying to change that right now. Zayed racing back. Oching will send that ball to the stands. Here comes a corner for the Indy 11. And both coaches still have their full complement of substitutions if needed. Handful of options inside of the 18 for the 11.
Great
Looking
ball.
for Braun, got his head to it. Justin Braun, back of the net.
What a goal.
Number 7. Cue the smoke, and the Indy 11 have a 2-1 lead.
What a goal, what a run. Set his defender up, curled around him, and Maurer was just so exposed on that. It was just Braun and Maurer.
This will be our Indiana State Professional NBA Smart Play of the game. Indiana State Professional NBA in Plainfield. Move ahead. It's exactly what the Indy 11 have just done. And again, I made the point. There are only 4 Indy 11 players inside of the 18. There was basically 2 defenders for every Indy 11 attacker. And still, Vukovic finds Braun, who then finds the back of the net.
It's one of the things that will drive you crazy as a coach. You know, not just is Braun the leading scorer on the 11, but he scored so often off of his head. And it's a creative run that he makes. But even with that creative run, the fact that Richter wound up not on the goal side of him and left him alone in the 6 with Maurer was unacceptable defending.
For Vuko, it is his 3rd assist of the season. Don't know how many goals that Vincenzo Ranella has scored for Miami tonight. He entered with the league lead with 8. That puts Justin Braun, barring former Indy 11 man Zach Steinberger having scored for Jacksonville tonight, currently in sole possession of second place in the league scoring chase.
And he's earned it. I mean, if you just focus on the head and the header goal right there at the end, hey, great effort, great job. But if you look at the soccer IQ of the run he made and the way that he froze his defender, just brilliant soccer.
Ochieng plays that ball back to the midfield. Starikov will let it bounce for a stride or two. I think it's safe to say that came against the run of play. The Cosmos really had the better of it for the last 30 minutes. He looks for their third consecutive win here in Indianapolis against the Cosmos. John Smart goes to ground, no whistle. And now we will see our first substitution of the game. It is Bloody Bartic. Again, he is one of the players that is up from the Cosmos B side. And we saw him make his season debut for the Cosmos on Tuesday night. He replaces Ron Heeken. The Indy 11 about to make their first substitution of the night as well. Play on. Franco. Tubi Parapovic. Spies and
Great
Vukovic.
ball.
It's Vuko. Plays it to Zayat. Little give and go, couldn't get through. Good work by Ochieng. But Spies finds some space.
Nearly that same little give and go with Vukovic attacking out of the back that drew the penalty kick when he got into the box against North Carolina.
Good ball by Richter. Tackled away by Brad Ring. Well defended by the Indy 11 veteran. Again, this game does not have an impact on the spring race. This game has a lot of impact in terms of accumulating points, giving yourself that cushion. If you're either side, win the fall season championship, making your way into the postseason. Some of the Cosmos are quite familiar with having won the Soccer Bowl in 3 of the last 4 years. And now the first Indy 11 substitution is set to be made. And a little bit different from what we have seen as of late. David Goldsmith is coming on, but not for Eamon Zayat. Instead, he'll replace Don Smart. By the way, there is zero doubt about who is going to win the spring season championship. Currently in the second half in Miami. Miami FC 6, San Francisco 0.
Holy cow, extra point hit the crossbar or what?
They might want to save some of those for Wednesday now when they play in the U.S. Open Cup quarterfinal against FC Cincinnati. And on behalf of everybody in the league, hashtag Vamos Miami when it comes to Wednesday night's game.
That's going to be an exciting one. I don't know that there is a team in there that you don't cheer for. They're both got
great
pretty
stories.
exciting
Yeah.
stories.
That means a non-MLS club will reach the semifinals of that competition. Falvey, quick boot. Franco the same. Finds Justin Braun. Good recovery by Keller. Just plays that ball to safer real estate. Tracked down by Zayat. Tubi Parapovic. Able to weave his way around Juan Guerra. Little give and go towards the fresh legs of Goldsmith, but he and Tubi Parapovic not on the same page. Fans for standings, stats, and all the latest league news. Visit NASL.com.
You're starting to see a little bit of fatigue on the legs of New York right now, and Indy's been able to grab a little bit more possession. they can continue to do that. That's going to get them deeper and deeper into their legs, and then, you know, another 1 or 2 subs for New York puts 2 more inexperienced guys on the field.
Well, to that point, you've talked about how much they have pressed, especially early in this half, but really throughout the whole game. But you've got a lot of guys that are not used to playing 90 minutes, that have now been asked to play 90 minutes in each of the last 2 matchups in the span of 4 days. And Ledesma couldn't get on the same page with Danny Zatella, and they give away by New York. The other match taking place currently in league action, Puerto Rico FC in Jacksonville, 0-0.
I'd say the other part of the pressing mindset, the psychology of it, when you're holding the run of play like New York was doing, and it's an even game, it's a little bit easier to spend the energy and press. Once you've just given up a goal against the run of play, it becomes a little bit more difficult psychologically.
And a foul called against the Cosmos. By the way, of the flurry of goals scored by Miami, none have been scored by Vincenzo Ranella.
Whoa.
So currently the league scoring race is Enzo with 8, Braun with 7. However, Stefano Pino has 3, and former Indy 11 man Dylan Mayers has 1 of those for Miami as well.
Good for him. Let's get another one for Justin tonight. Get him tied for first.
Bartic to Garrett.
Great tackle.
Tackled away by Colin Falvey.
Great tackle. He's so smart as to when to step, you know, when to tackle.
Starikov trying to make the turn.
Yeah, you're not going to get 2.
Contact there from Colin Falvey. And the reference that Brad makes, of course, the penalty whistled against Colin Falvey late in the match on Tuesday. Goal kick coming for John Bush. Colin Falvey thinking that was card worthy of the dive from Starikov.
Hard to disagree.
The Cosmos looking for a great place to dive. The IU Auditorium is just across the street. A lot of record-setting divers have applied their skills in there for many decades. Richter.
Well defended. That's such a tough thing to teach players, that you don't need to dive in. You know, if you're standing in the right place and you're pushing the ball in the right area and you're blocking the passing lanes, the attacking lanes, you're fine. If Vukovic just held him up, it was perfect.
Goldsmith. Well done by the rookie out of Butler. Viparapovic going to win that one cleanly. More time spent in the midfield is a win for the Indy 11. Ubi to Braun. Not sure Zaya was onside, which is why Justin kind of retreated backwards. Able to keep the ball in play. Goldsmith was offside.
Yeah, I think we had 3 offsides on that one. I don't think his teammates thought Justin was going to get out of there. He was trapped on the sideline.
Here comes the next substitution for the Indy 11, and that is Lavelle Palmer. Ben Speeds will exit after a goal on Tuesday. Neither a goal or an assist for Ben tonight, but hard work as per usual for the Ohio native. And a longtime MLS man and now second year with the Indy 11. Lavelle Palmer will come in. 1 substitute remaining.
And he's going to slide centrally, and that's going to push Sinisa out on the outside with a lot of ground to cover. So in this, you've got an attacking, creative player in Sinisa, and you've got Vukovic, who has a tendency to get forward. Those 2 need to be in sync right now because they've got a lot of space to defend, with Richter getting forward on every possession.
Starikov. Cross never got through, but corner coming for the Cosmos. Ledesma. Now Calvillo didn't get through.
It's ambitious.
He's young. Mauer with the relaunch. Franco plays it back to Zitella, and then Zitella gives it away. And that's the second time in the last 10 minutes that Zitella and Ledesma have not found each other's feet. Time now for our Schleg lockdown play of the game. This is maybe what gets the Indy 11 3 points tonight. Yet another great moment in John Bush's days in Indianapolis for unmatched security and a variety of styles and finishes. Choose Schleg. Strong has a name. Parapovich, wow, took a bit of a chance in playing that ball the way he did, which frees up Vukovic. Off to the races goes Vuko. Vuko dials up his own number. Mauer able to turn a shoulder into it.
Textbook goalkeeping right there. Jimmy Mauer came out, cut the angle, stood his ground, and just absorbed the shot. That's brilliant goaltending.
Vukovic already with an assist tonight, looking for his first goal this season. Behind the play, Parapovich starting to cramp up, and if there's a sub remaining for the Indy 11, it could likely be for the veteran that on the Indy 11 roster has the most appearances in the North American Soccer League, dating back to his days with both the Montreal Impact and Ottawa Fury FC.
A great run. This could have had the scent of being the end of the game right there.
And in typical scorers fashion, Eamon Zayed's going, I was open.
Eamon Zayed is always, when you get in the box, he's always open. Even if he's got two guys draped on him, he is open.
When he gets in the stadium, he's open. Right now, the 11 will play a man down. Parapovich will make his way towards the sideline.
That was an impressive little sequence from him. I mean, you know, his game is not to be, you know, laying guys out, but he hit Starikov and then was able to maintain possession, dance around, and then free Vuko up for the run.
Ubi's night is done. Craig Henderson will be waved in to replace Sinisha Parapovich. So Henderson, the Kiwi, brought on, and the Indy 11 have used their substitutes for the night. So no appearances for Keith Cardona, Christian Lomelli, Tanner Thompson, nor Adrian Abels tonight. Braun tries to take this ball to the corner, but the touch was too strong.
And I think it's a good move. I think after 85 minutes on his legs, to put him out on the outside mid spot, I mean, with aggressive thinking Vukovic, you're asking for a little bit of trouble there. So to bring in some fresh legs for the wing spot, I think is the right move.
Franco, nifty back heel. Same can be set for Colin Falvey. First touch for Craig Henderson is a good one, trying to find Nemanja Vukovic. Last touch by Henderson, throw in coming here for the Cosmos. Our final moments of tonight's match brought to you by your Central Indiana Honda dealers, official automotive sponsor of the Indy 11. It looks like a substitution will be employed momentarily for the Cosmos. Salvatore Barone. Probably looking in the neighborhood of between 3 and 4 minutes of stoppage time here. Barone has not appeared in a match this year.
And I think you need to tell, while that third goal would be fantastic, you need to tell Vukovic to stay home at this point.
Ochieng sends it in. Headed down, not on frame. Touch last by the Indy 11. Corner kick coming. Mauer all the way past midfield, trying to keep the attack going for the Cosmos.
Now this is one you've got an unbelievably dangerous left foot on Ledesma. One deep breath and watch him put this ball exactly where New York needs. Now who's going to execute better in the box, Indy or the Cosmos?
You see the stoppage time that is remaining.
See the 11 players telling each other to think. Don't grab a jersey. Don't do anything right now that's going to change the complexion of this.
Ledesma. And it's going to be a foul going against the Cosmos. don't know if it's Guerra for going down without maybe the requisite contact. Guerra spent the last couple of seasons with the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Either way, that's a win for Indy. Ledesma's night is done. Barone will come in to replace him. Barone, much like we've talked about Calvillo, a youngster. He is just 21. And Ledesma's being told, hey, stop the conversation. You're coming out of the match. Barone, a native of Brooklyn, getting to play for the team that now plays in the shadow of the Cyclone at Coney Island. Their baseball stadium, the home of the Brooklyn Cyclones in the Single-A New York Penn League.
All right, who's the most famous player to come out of the Brooklyn Cyclones?
I know that Tommy John was once their manager.
Was he really?
Former New York Yankee and
Terre
Terre Haute.
Terre Haute guy.
By the way, card was shown to Bloody Bardich for the Cosmos. Ring, that wasn't an attempt on goal. That was just a real estate play. Just get the ball the other end, make him go chase, take some time off the clock.
Got a couple minutes left in this. They likely have one, maybe two good looks left.
Henderson, Starikoff goes to ground.
And he was going to ground before there was any player around him.
Guerra. Little flick by Bardich, but nobody there. And again, ball just jettisoned towards the other end. About 90 seconds. Good ball by Richter. Wow. Vukovic not only able to clear that one, but avoid the corner. Everybody not named Jimmy Mauer going forward now for the Cosmos. Richter to take the throw. Goes short to Zatella. Well done by Henderson.
Great defending.
Henderson thought he ricocheted off of Richter. Linesman says no. Mulligan. Contact in the side of the 18. We play on. Last touch by the Cosmos. Goal kick coming here for John Bush.
Milk this for 30 seconds, knock it up to midfield, shake hands, and go home.
Be 3 wins in the last 4 matches for the Indy 11. 4 in a row without a defeat. And points in 5 of the last 6. This is more like it. More of what was expected from last year's spring season champs.
Drawn 10 points in your last 4. Put yourself back into a conversation.
And as of tonight, 4 points out of the last playoff spot. These two will see each other again in Brooklyn on August the 19th. The home fans will see the Indy 11 again in 7 days when they finish out the spring season against the Jacksonville Armada. Mr. Hodder, your final thoughts on this one?
Critical 3 points here. You've banked 10 in the last 4 games. If you can roll another 3 here, heading into the break, the confidence it gives you going into the fall is tremendous.
On Pride Night here at Carroll Stadium, an outstanding evening for the Indy 11. The goal by Justin Braun, the match winner, coming in the 77th minute. Don Smart opened the scoring with the penalty. Emmanuel Ledesma would equalize, but Braun would put it away. And the Indy 11 have won 3 straight against the Cosmos here in Indianapolis. Post-game show next.